So this video's purpose is to highlight some of the main features of Softball.app. And of course, that starts off with scoring a game and then using that scored data to optimize batting lineups. So I'm going to make a new team. We're going to be the good guys, of course. I'll click into that, and we're going to play the bad guys. And we're just going to have a normal lineup, no tricky alternating gender considerations or anything like that. We'll add a few players. We'll add Arnold. We'll add John. We'll add Sally and Mary. Once the game starts, we will click the plus button next to their name to start scoring them. Let's say Arnold goes up to bat. He hits a nice liner to right. He gets a single. John goes up to bat. Bummer John. He grounds out to short. Sorry, John. And then Sally comes up. She's a beast. She rips an outside the park home run to right field. And then Mary comes up and she gets a nice double down the line. We're not currently keeping stats about players on base and where they end up because the lineup optimizer doesn't use that information yet. So now you can see how each of these players has hit in this game, and given this and all other historic data, how many runs this lineup would be expected to score. So no matter how many games I have, I can come over here to the stats tab and look up all the stats for all the games I have. If I click a player, I can see their spray chart. Obviously this gets to be a lot more interesting if you have more games and more players. So here's an example of a different game. Much better spray charts, much more interesting. Anyways, now we have data. So let's use that data to optimize the lineup for the next game. From the main menu, I'm going to click Optimizations. I'm going to make a new optimization, name it whatever I want to, click into it, and add the players that we made earlier. So that'll be Arnold, Sally, Mary, and John, because these are the players that are going to be in the next game's lineup. We'll select the teams that we want to use the stats for, in this case just the good guys team, and then we'll select number of iterations. The more iterations, the longer it'll take, but the more accurate it'll be. It should give you an estimated time at the bottom for how long it'll take. This will just take a couple minutes. So I'll click Start, and we'll wait. So this is allocating some cloud resources to run the simulation on, and that will take about a minute. Once it actually starts, you'll get updated progress and approximate time to complete. So I sped this up a little bit so we can get through it to see the results. Once it's complete, and even while it's running, you should be able to open the Results tab here and see your optimal lineup, or the best lineup so far if it has not yet completed. So apparently our best lineup is Mary, Arnold, Sally, John, and we're supposed to score 63 runs, which is a healthy number of runs. But consider we only have one at-bat of record data for each player. And so this simulation is going to assume that, for example, Sally always hits home runs, Mary always hits doubles, John always gets out, sorry John, and then Arnold always gets singles. So that's why the run total is so high. As we continue to add at-bat data, we'll get much more realistic numbers. I will say this is a really small lineup, 4 players. For a normal-sized lineup, you're going to want to run this for several hours at least to get an accurate optimization. Now we can go back to our good guys team, and we can plug in that lineup that we just optimized. So I can unlock this and move the people around until I get the lineup that I want. Mary, Arnold, Sally, John. And we'll see that this is supposed to score 63 runs in the estimated lineup thing, which is what our optimization said. You can see that if we move these to make a different lineup, our estimated lineup score should be lower than the optimized lineup. And this isn't always going to come out that cleanly because it uses random numbers in the simulation, but it should be pretty close. Okay, so optimizations are out of the way. Another interesting feature, and this is to solve the problem that your teammates are going to want to know their stats. These stats are interesting. People are going to want to know how they hit. So you can share stats publicly with your teammates, and they won't have to log into an account. So the way you do that is you go to the Team Edit button, and you click the little icon next to the team, and you can specify that you want this link with the stats to be available publicly. And if you check that box and you hit Save, wait a little bit for it to sync, about 15 seconds, and then if you visit the page, you should have public stats, and that can be visible from anywhere. And if at any point you want to make this private again, just uncheck the box, wait for the server to sync, 15 seconds-ish, and it will show you a not found page. So the last feature I'd like to highlight is this Walkup Song feature. So from the main menu, if I click Players, I can edit a specific player. I'll edit Arnold, and I have the ability to specify a YouTube video as my player's walk-up song. So I found this epic battle music online that I want to use as my walk-up song, but it doesn't quite start sounding good until about the 9-second mark. Yeah, that's the music that I want to walk up to bat, or that's the music Arnold wants to walk up to bat for. So what I'll do is I'll copy this link into the walk-up song field, and I'll specify that I want it to start at the 9-second mark. If I play it, you should hear it sound like it's starting at the place where you want it to be. So next time, after I save Arnold, next time I go to score him on the plate appearance page, I can play his walk-up song before he goes up to bat.